Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Boulder Valley. I'm Reverend Jody Hill Stevenson, and I am the senior minister here. I'm so glad you joined us here at Mystic Moments. I have to say, this is one of the most fun aspects of my work here. I love to connect with you through Mystic Moments. Over the month of August, we have been talking about the quality of God that we call courage. Oh, it's such a beautiful word. Courage has the energy of bravery, the willingness to confront agony and pain and danger, and mostly uncertainty or intimidation. And intimidation can come from others, but it can also come from ourselves. So courage is what allows us to move through all of that and to be who we are. Courage is the opposite of fear. And as a counselor of 40 years, I have seen such fear in people's lives. And I have seen miracles as they have transformed it. It takes such courage to deal with the parts in us that are pretty unintegrated. And as we connect and we integrate them and we heal them, oh my God, a whole new life will emerge. And actually, at the end of the day, at the end of our lives, we want to say, I was courageous in my life. So the question is, at the end of the day, at the end of our lives, is it courage or is it fear that determines whether or not we have regrets in our lives? Without courage, we simply would not get out of bed in the morning. Without courage, we simply would not leave our dwellings. We would hide out in our house or our wherever we are all day long and not get out and go, this is who I am, and share ourselves with the material world. Without courage, we would not loudly and proudly share our talents and our gifts and our skills. And talents are those things that we do naturally, and gifts are those things that we have, and skills that we have gone to school to learn or we've learned through trainings. We are here to give and do our share in uplifting the consciousness of humanity. It's our destiny, and none of us will be able to fulfill our destiny without courage. Nancy Mellon, in The Storytelling and the Art of Imagination, writes, you, like every human being, are a storyteller by birthright. See, our lives are stories that we live out loud for everyone to read and see and hear and feel and taste. So your life and my life is just a story out in the world. She goes on to say, you were born with an endless supply of personal and universal themes. It is important to open yourself up, to receive the vast wealth of imagery that lives within you. Build a hearth within you and let it become a circle of protection. In it, your heart's wisdom may ignite and burn. Well, and not may, it does. Ask that all who gather at your fire from your own inner skies, lands, and waters come with goodwill to share their truths in its warmth. So the reason it takes such courage is to live our lives loudly and proudly is because, I promise you, once you go, this is what I'm going to go and do, I promise you, you will be criticized. I promise you, either from the one on the inside or people on the outside will go, who does she think she is? What is going on with him? He wants to go and do, oh my God, he can't do, on and on and on and on. It takes such courage to go, thank you all for sharing. I'm going to go do what I'm going to go do. So In 1982, I gave birth to my youngest son. In 1983, I entered ministerial school, and my life turned upside down. I had a brand new baby. I thought my identity was to be a suburban housewife with a white picket fence, 2 kids, a fabulous dog, a fabulous house, a wonderful husband. And lo and behold, that was not enough for me. So I entered ministerial school, and I was so afraid of what people would say that for the first year, I didn't tell them. Some people thought that I was taking courses in communications because I've always been fascinated by that. But I knew that my family and my friends from where I came from would go, what the hell is she doing in ministerial school? God, are you kidding? God? Jody and God? I know. I'm just saying. So I didn't tell anybody. My husband knew, kind of, but I was so afraid of what people would say. And people had a lot to say. But once I got into and I started studying the science mind philosophy, and I started to awaken to some of my talents and my skills, holy Toledo, I couldn't stop. I wanted to go back to that life that I thought I was born for. But I had a destiny to fulfill, and so do you. And it takes such courage to do that. Donna Shaper, in Stripping Down the Art of Spiritual Restoration, writes, God is spreading grace around the world like a 5-year-old spreads peanut butter, thickly, sloppily, eagerly. And if we are in the back shed trying to stay clean and safe, we won't even get a taste. We won't even get a taste. Oh my God, it takes such courage to come out of that back shed. It takes such courage. And as a counselor of 40 years, where I've seen the greatest of miracles is when people have said, I am going to go and be the individualized expression of the divine that I have come to be. It's that simple. Oh, and it takes such courage. It takes such courage. So now, after 35 years of being in the pulpit and 39 years of being in the ministry, I'm preparing to retire. And I'm having a lot of the same feelings. It's like, ooh, what's next? And what is this that won't leave me alone? And I have a couple of moments where I go, ooh, what are people going to think? I've changed a lot. Some might say, oh, she was nicer way back there. She didn't cause any problems. She wasn't opinionated. But here's my truth now. I care more about people than I have ever cared, but I care less about anybody's opinion except the divine that is flowing through me. So here's what's happening. As I am preparing to zen my mind and step away from being in the church world, a new desire is emerging. I have an artist in me. And some of you may go, well, yeah, that's obvious. And others may go, she does? Really? Oh my God, I don't see that at all. But I know a few things about me. One, I love flowers. Y'all know that about me, those who know me. I love color. Those who know me know that I love color. And I love quotes. As a little girl in a pretty dysfunctional, hard family, I would collect quotes, and they were the nutritional food of my spirit because there was nothing there. Really nothing there. There was no mention of God except in the word in the oh goddamn type thing. So this time, I don't know where it's going to take me, But I now know that I have an artist that's emerging in me with color, with flowers, and with quotes. I don't know how I'm going to get all that out of my head, down my arm, out my hand, and onto whatever I'm going to do. But I have to do it because it's calling me. Because I don't want to hang out in the shed. I still have so much energy. So do you. If you're listening to this, you have so much energy. You can do something. And if something is telling you to go and do it and you're not, go deeper, dig in, and find that courage. So here's the truth. You and me and every other human being on this planet, we're all ordinary people. Even the most famous and the richest and the prettiest and the loudest we're all ordinary people. We are all ordinary, individualized, extraordinary expressions of the divine. So being ordinary makes us extraordinary. And it is with courage that we transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Because we say loudly and proudly, this is what I'm doing now. This is who I am. With courage, we are messengers of spirit, of Brahma, of Allah, of God, the universe, what I call the divine. In his quote, Lawrence Kushner writes about the Jewish tradition. We understand that ordinary people are messengers of the Most High. They go about their tasks in holy anonymity, often even unknown to themselves. Yet if they had not been there, if they had not said what they said or did what they did, it would not be the way it is now. Just one little second of a shift in your life you wouldn't be who you are today. Oh God, there's so much to be grateful for about that. And it takes so much courage to be who you are. He goes on to say, we would not be the way we are now. Never forget that you too, yourself, may be, and you are a messenger of the divine. So shout it from the mountaintop, loudly and proudly and courageously. This week, watch yourself, notice yourself, saying silently or out loud to people, oh, no, whatever that is. And then stop in the middle of the sentence and go, I'm going to do that differently. I'm going to come from a place of courage now. Because that's what the divine is asking us to do. One of the things I like to say, because I so believe it, that it is the divine that is breathing through me right here, right now. And as I look out on my timeline into my future, it is the divine that is waiting for me to arrive. So have fun this week. Be courageously you. So thank you so much for joining us. We have lots happening here. Things are unfolding. And please donate. Please give to the Center for Spiritual Living Boulder Valley so that we can continue doing our online and in our in-house services that remind all of us that all there is God. Have a great week, everyone. Bye now.